This video is brought to you by Roguedeckbuilder.com. Purchase a playmat today and help us make the move to our new studio. We have over 10 playmats to choose from. Visit Roguedeckbuilder.com. Hi there, it's Kevin with Roguedeckbuilder.com here with match number 2 with Nivix Cyclops. We are on the play. That's exactly what you want with this deck. Huge advantage by going on the play. 3 lands, Nivix Cyclops, 2 spells, Hidden Strings, one of them being, or 2 spells, Young Pyromancer, one of the spells being Hidden Strings. Very, very keepable hand. Have all of our mana sources. Yeah, this is pretty much as nuts as it can get. So I'm going to go ahead and go with the Temple of Epiphany, and we will... I'm going to put this on bottom. I think in 2 draws we'll be able to draw another land, and we don't want the Mana Confluence. So next turn we'll definitely Young Pyromancer. Hopefully we're going up against a deck that does not want to interact with us. Yes, it is another green deck with an Elvish Mystic, so he gets out with his fast start. So let's see if we can keep up. Titan Strength will be nice because now we have this kind of turn 4 kill available. So I'm just going to put out a Shivan Reef here. And we will throw out Mr. Pyromancer. And I may save the Hidden Strings for the Nivix Cyclops, because again, that will be a kill. It'll give Nivix Cyclops up to a 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so not quite a kill, but it's getting there. We're getting close. So maybe I will Hidden Strings next turn and get a few tokens to apply some extra pressure. We'll see what comes out here. It's a Voyaging Satyr. So Temple of Epiphany. Do I need just 2 guys is the thing with the Young Pyromancer. Because we can Hidden Strings and put out Nivix Cyclops, but at that point, and then we can bounce back a dude. Or we wait till next turn for... I'm going to go ahead and attack the Young Pyromancer. And then we'll chuck out a Nivix Cyclops, or we can Hidden Strings, tap down this thing, untap, put this into play, and then a Nivix Cyclops. I think that's a better play. So we're going to Temple of Epiphany here to scry, put that on bottom. At that point, Blistercoil Weird only wants to come out on turn number 1. So we will Hidden Strings, tap down the Voyaging Satyr, untap a Temple of Epiphany. Cypher onto the Young Pyromancer. Attacking with Young Pyromancer. And that way we can... Hate how it reopens these windows so big. Then we can untap the Temple of Epiphany and the Shivan Reef. And now we can put out the Nivix Cyclops. Not a bad little interaction there. It's down to an 18. We get 2 tokens. He gets his Nightfall Shining Nyx, so a Burning Emissary allows a very vicious draw here. But if it's a Plukernos, which is awesome because we can Simic Charm it back to his hand. And attack in for more. Or we could just Titan Strength, and that actually gets... Quicken is interesting now, because now do we have enough damage on board? I think I will just Quicken. And we get an Armed and Dangerous, so now this is definitely lethal if he doesn't block it. No, we don't have the ability to... We can double strike off the Plukernos and return back the Voyaging Satyr now. No, we don't have the... I don't have the mana for that, but I could still... Armed, and if he doesn't block... Kind of a weird little scenario I'm in here. I don't have enough for both. So if I attack and he might just chump block the Voyaging Satyr. Let's see what he does, because it is lethal if we swing in with everything and he decides to block something with the Plukernos. but then that puts me in a weird position. So I think I will just attack him with everything, see if the lethal will be open. I'll definitely be Simic Charming something. If I Simic Charm right now, we have Armed and Dangerous for the following turn, make everything block like a token. I think that's the right play, actually. So we'll Simic Charm the Pelucranos. Gets us another guy. And I'm going to attack him with everything. And do we want to keep Void? I don't even think we need the hidden strings at this point. 7. Yeah, we just Titan Strength on the Nivix Cyclops. And we go in for the kill next turn. So this kills his ability to ramp. He has to recast the Pelucranos. And we have tons of... Yep, he just gives up. As he's going to take 10, 13, 14, 15, go down to 3, have tons of elementals. So kind of, we got our little nut draw there. I think Mizzium Mortars, we do want. Maybe Shocks. I kind of want to play the role of... Geez, all these tempo cards seem very, very good in this deck. I'm going to take out the Blistercoil Weirds. I don't think they do enough. I love Guttersnipe in this matchup. I love more of these tempo cards, so I'm wondering if Izzet Charm. Izzet Charm's nice for Court of Callings. It's also nice for Nissa. But other than that, it's not the greatest. I think Shocks and Mortars are just better. Mortars can take care of Courser Crew Fixes. We can overload them if need be. I'm definitely going to keep the Goblin Electromancers in here for that reason, but we can take the Springleaf Drum out as well, and possibly a Titanic Growth. No, we can go Unblockable, but I think it's the weaker of all the cards. I might just, on the play, decide to go down in land count. Other than we've got rid of the Springleaf Drum as well. Maybe just a Shock is... No, I want early Shocks, though, for sure. So I want to keep at least 12 creatures. Simic Charm, Simic Charm, Simic Charm. Simic Charm seem just very, very powerful. But I'm going to take one out. I do think it is the weakest card left. All the rest of them are just really, really good. So we'll submit this. So here is a barely keepable hand. We have Hidden Strings, Double Cyclops. I think Double Cyclops is very powerful against him. We do need to draw into a green source to cast a Titanic Growth. But in 2 turns, we should draw another land, hopefully a green source. Best case scenario is we draw Scryland right off the top, and then scry everything away but a land. I do want to hit land drops each turn, as we need to do a big turn, like a big Hidden Strings. Both Nivix Cyclops out. I'm going to shoot for a turn 5 kill here. Hopefully he just doesn't run me over by that time. So he starts with Llanowar, Wastes, and a Mystic. So he's had Mystic both turns. Mystic is by far one of the most powerful cards that accelerates him an entire turn. We do find the Mana Confluence. That's a great draw. We'll put the Steam Vents into play tapped, and most likely next turn another Steam Vents is going to be play tapped. And then again, we're going to go with the Nivix Cyclops strategy. We have a kill on board with, let's see, 7, 8, 8, so 14 damage off 1, and then Hidden Strings would be another 3, so actually only 17 damage, so we're too short. So this could mean he's behind on lands. He misses land drops. And if that's the case, man, his hand is full of juice. So, okay, no he's not. He just had a Temple of Malady. All right. So he's off to a good little start. I'd love to see a Shock actually on this turn, because we can Shock off the Voyaging Satyr and keep him slowed down a bit. Another card that would be very good is Young Pyromancer. His deck has a very difficult time dealing with Young Pyromancer. Pelucranos is really his saving grace. And he goes ahead and puts it on the bottom. It took a while to think about what he wanted to do there, so probably wanted that card. It wasn't just like getting rid of a land off the top. So Steam Vents into play, tapped, pass it to him. Again, I'm going to try not to do anything till 4th. our 5th turn, really, because I want to cast double Cyclops. We could easily be run over by that time. Hope he just has a slow, clunky draw with a bunch of dorks in his hand. Plukernos this turn would be very, very difficult for me to deal with. We do have the Nivix Cyclops. We could possibly race him. But even how, well, now especially with the Nykthos Shrine of Nyx, he's basically got the God Hand with the Void Satyr, Nykthos Shrine of Nyx, and there is Plukernos. So he can generate quite a bit of mana. Shivan Reef's nice. I don't have to shock myself here. We're just going to Nivix Cyclops. And the following turn put out another one. The problem is he can generate 4 mana plus another mana. So 4 off the Nykthos Shrine of Nyx, 5 off the Elvish Mystic. Untap, adding another 4, but 2 back, so 7 mana is what I think he can generate. But how he's going to have to play defensively, otherwise I do go for that fast kill. So here comes the Shrine, so generates 4. He can untap the Shrine. I wonder if the black is in here for, I wonder if it's Ingruk's Wake or if it is just plain removal. We really need one more turn to set up. I need nothing to happen this turn, Nivix Cyclops to come out, and then the following turn we got the Hidden Strings, hopefully tap down 2 blockers, and then just go nuts with our mana. So here comes the 4. This will add an additional 4, so 6 mana, 7 mana with Elvish Mystic. Yep, so I had it right. Worst case scenario is actually Hornet Queen. If he throws out Hornet Queen, I'm pretty much done. Just a Caryatid. Now, okay, now I can add for 5, 6. And Primeval Bounty, huh? That's going to be difficult to go through. And I can't tap down a Caryatid. So, yeah, that is going to be an issue. So I do think that I throw out this Mana Confluence right now. And the problem is there's no way to get around the Caryatid. But it does appear like he missed a land drop. And whoops, I should have attacked in there. That was stupid of me. I forgot this guy's defender, so I went to attack phase in, and I should have attacked in. But then it would have shown him what I had. I think what we do here is we just throw out another Nivix Cyclops. And now we have a way to Titanic Strength. He can generate a pretty decent amount of mana to fight. Will it be enough to kill one? We'll have to wait and see. Unfortunately, this does not pump up the another Caryatid. Now he's got double blockers. Unfortunately for him, unfortunately for us, 3/3s are something we can easily deal with. So I think we just stall until a Teleportal. So I might actually make a trade with Plukernos, depending on how he does it here. How much damage can he do with Plukernos? So let's see, if he fights, I think we're pretty safe in, if he fights, my Nivix Cyclops is going to be big enough. Because he can generate 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 off the Nykthos Shrine of Nyx. And that's, he has to tap his Caryatid and his Mystic to actually activate it. And then he can untap with Voyaging Satyr, and then, so he'll have 4 remaining, and then generate another 6, so he'll have 10. 10 will be able to pump his Plukernos up to a, just an 4, so a 9. And I lose both my Cyclops. But if I Titan Growth 1, it's up to 4, 5, 6, 7. So I don't know if I just take it here or not and then wait and see what we can actually do with a Titanic Growth. So I will just take it. Pluganos is really the one card that gives us the most problems. Mizzium Mortars overloaded is getting closer. Can we do it with hidden strings? Not quite. We'd have to have some way to pump it. But Mizzium, that's going to be an amazing, amazing card to draw into. So I don't even think we do anything here. Because we can't get past his Sylvan Caryatids. And I do need... I'm going to shock myself here. Do I need to shock myself? So Quicken, Titan Growth, hidden strings. I'm trying to act defensively what I'd need defensively. 1, 2, 3, and we draw into one more land. I have to pay for a green. Quicken, yeah. I'm going to shock myself. Sure, we'll shock myself. I just kind of want to Mortars that Voyaging Satyr right at the bat, but I just know how big of an overloaded Mizzium Mortars is going to be. And we can even Quicken Mizzium Mortars of Plukranos. So I think I just sit back. We wait till him to react. Hopefully he doesn't draw like a Garrick and plus him and find a million things. Or even a non-creature spell for Primeval Bounty. Adds cards. Or adds counters, excuse me, to something. But it's just I got to play a real tight cat and mouse game here. See if he fights right off the bat. So we actually do want to top deck next turn. That would allow us for the Mortars to completely wipe his board. And he's down to nothing. So I wonder, right now he's debating whether he's going to go Voyaging Satyr. And then I'll debate if Quicken Mizzium Mortars there will be the right play, because Quicken Mizzium Mortars will put up my Nivix Cyclops up to a 9/4, and then I'll be able to kill his Voyaging Satyr, and then he'll be able to make Plukranos a 9, and then the dude he fought is going to end up killing him, and he can only kill one Cyclops. Geez, I might just want to Quicken Mizzium Mortars on his untap step and then force him right then and there to see what he wants to do with Voyaging Satyr if he wants to generate a bunch of mana. And that will give me information. But again, I don't know if that is the right play or not. Very difficult decisions on both our parts because I'm sure he knows the idea of Nivix Cyclops. I think he's worried about a Simic Charm, in all honesty. And now that I think about Simic Charm is so much better in this match than I previously gave it credit, because they have to activate the monstrosity of Plukranos before targets are actually targeted, and then in that response I can just bounce it back. So this is very interesting. It messes up his entire turn of casting stuff if I go Quicken Mizzium Mortars on the Voyaging Satyr. But I want to play greedy here and actually have like a Mizzium Mortars wipe his board, because we have hidden strings that actually untap 2 lands, pump these guys. Okay, he's going to tag in the Beast too? So do I go for the Beast and the Cyclops? So I'm going to Quicken right off the bat. Or I'm going to Titanic Growth. And then in response, our Titan Strength. The Nivix Cyclops. This is going to force him to react with Polukranos. Which it looks like he is going to pump everything in to Polukranos. But we'll get a react to that. So for 5, and he's targeting... Oh, wow. So this is going to work really in my favor. He's not targeting... Wait, okay, he hasn't done targets yet. So Monstrosity for 5, and we can still react to that. I'm sure he's going for this Nivix Cyclops. So if I pump up this Nivix Cyclops, yeah, it'll still die because there's 5 damage on there. I am Titan Strengthening this dude here. Now, so keep his beast alive. I'll lose both my Nivix Cyclops. If I do, what if I just pump up? Because this will deal damage back to it, so we'd have to get it up to 10. And I might just have to use Quicken and Titanic Growth. I hate to use everything right now. So I can Quicken, which will add my guy up to a 4. I need to leave this Nivix Cyclops alive. And then Titanic Growth this guy, and that'll put him up to a 10. And then who loses Polukranos also have this, and this will deal no damage. I think that's the best way to survive. Oh, he'll lose his beast as well. Because I'm going to do 10 damage to Polukranos. And then Polukranos can do 5 damage to my Cyclops. And he'll lose his beast. Unless he has something instant speed he can use to put counters. And now I have a shock, which I just drew into. So he's going to Golgari Charm, regenerate each creature you control. That sucks for me. And that's pretty much going to be game, as the shock does absolutely nothing. I can kill a Voyaging Satyr, but he can do 10. That's going to force this guy to regenerate, so I still keep my Cyclops alive. So never mind, I'm okay. Because that will take him out of combat, right? So I think right here, do I want to shock and lose a life? No, I'd rather have it do something for the... Oh no! That sucks because this will not take him out of combat, so I do need to shock. So I should have shocked there. Oh, no, wait a second. No. These still have 11. It's going to do 11 damage back. It won't take him out of combat. Yikes. Yeah, I needed to shock in response. So I guess I just shock him now, which is just a bad play. But if we draw into another land... oh, wait. I can still do this in response. Okay. So I will shock the Voyaging Satyr. This will at least take him out of combat. Too bad I wouldn't have drawn that earlier and just taken care of the Voyaging Satyr. So anyway, we'll stack these. And I'm still going to have to deal with this huge Polukranos, but if I get a Simic Charm off the top, I should be okay. But it seems like he has another Golgari Charm. So, okay. And he had mana for it, so womp womp. So I'm going to lose everything. At this point, put that on the bottom. Or does it still take this out of combat? It still does. No, 14 damage? It should do... Oh, yeah, because it fights before. And we're going to lose everything. I believe we're going to have to go on to the next. Golgari Charm, I don't know if is a... No, that's a terrible card to bring in against us. I don't understand why it came in, but it did do the job. Because I don't think he needs to worry about him getting his cards being regenerated. I mean, being bounced would have been a lot more catastrophic here, but I didn't have the bounce spell. So definitely we are going to go for the bounce spell next turn, put all Simic Charms in, and I might even put a Ranger's Guile in, as that will protect me against the Plukranos even being able to target. So this should end up, I'm pretty sure, being me being wiped here and him keeping everything. He's got 2 regeneration triggers on it, so yeah, he'll keep a Plukranos, he'll keep his beast, and yeah, then we'll proceed to get... Whoa there! Okay, Magic the Gathering decided to reset on us and go back up to... What in the world? I think we might have just broken MTGO. We'll see. We'll put this on top. Give us all back our 25 minutes, which is annoying when we're both down to 10 minutes. So... Oh, I want to put that on bottom. Now I'm... Oh, that's annoying. This software is so buggy. I'm just going to concede this. And we'll sideboard, because now I actually put the armed on top. There's no way I can get through with this. I mean, Young Pyromancer we could have drawn into and been okay. I don't need Simic Charms. I don't even think I need Back to Natures. I think that he is running Corsair Crew fixes, but there's better ways to deal with it. We'll throw the Simic Charm back in and replace it, a Simic Charm maybe for, I don't know, Electromancer seems actually... No, I need 12 creatures at least. So on the play, Blistercoil Weird could be a little bit better. Teleportal is amazing. Titanic Growth is still pretty decent. It helps us get through stuff. I'm thinking Shocks are fine. They kill everything I need it to kill. Yeah, just Electromancer in for another Simic Charm I think is fine. Alright, so yes, we'd like to play first, see if we can get a good draw. This seems like a pretty good draw. Double Pyromancer in a creature low. And Young Pyromancer can do a lot of work against his deck, so I'll keep this, even though neither one of these are going to come out on time. The triple Temple of Epiphany is bad luck because it forces us to keeping land. Off the top here to give us... oh, not that one, though. Jeez, I need that, though, for the green. I'm going to put it on bottom and just hope for a better green source. Because I want to draw into... It comes into play untapped land. Alright, 3 for 3 on the Elvish Mystics. That's no good. Temple of Mystery. Now we'll scry that. Now it doesn't matter what we have. Teleportal. Yeah, I can actually see that going the distance. But this might lose us the game that we had both... geez, quad, or we had 5 temples on the top of our library, and he might just proceed to just outgun me. Again, Plukranos coming out on an early turn and taking out a Young Pyromancer is going to be very difficult for me to deal with. But in response, we could probably kill it. And he's got the Voyaging Savior again. So, that's just the worst feeling when he's got the turn 1, Elvish Mystic, turn 2, Voyaging Satyr, all 3 games. Because if this deck does hiccup, you're in great shape against Monogreen. So let's see what we can scry away. At this point, we don't need any lands. And a Shock is actually pretty decent. I'm going to put it on top. That will give us action next turn with the playing Young Pyromancer and a Shock. Wish that was a little bit... Yeah, that's fine. We needed a Shock of a Satyr here, though. If he goes Nykthos Shrine of Nyx, it can be very, very difficult to come back with, especially like a Plukranos. Plukranos will change everything. He'll have to go Simic Charm when he tries some monstrosity it. I wonder if he just gold... Oh, that's why he brought Golgari Charm in. There we go. All creatures get -1, -1. So he's thinking about being proactive against my Young Pyromancers, as that did cause him a bit of a problem in the previous game. So, talk about God Draw. He finds a Courser Crucifix and a land on top. Still has Voyaging Satyr. He can attack with the Voyaging Satyr. I will not, of course, will not block it with the Young Pyromancer. Which, yeah, still has a lot of cards in hand. We're just going to Temple of Epiphany. Definitely put that on top. Now, does he want to trade Young Pyromancer for a Courser of Crucifix? I get a token. It sets him back. I think the right play, though, is just to throw out another Young Pyromancer and hopefully not die to a Golgari Charm. But we'll shock off the Voyaging Satyr. Land or Waste on top. Again, he finds the perfect card combination. You'll be able to throw that into play. At this point, I think I might make the trade for double Young Pyromancers and into Courser, like Young Pyromancer, or just Young Pyromancer and 2 Elementals into the Courser of Crucifix. That might be a more optimal play. Or just sack both my Young Pyromancers to a Courser. Because we do have Guttersnipe, we have Simic Charm, we have a Teleportal, we have a Nivix Cyclops. We could get him down in life. Oh, that Pelucranos. That is going to be obnoxious. Puts out a Caryatid, more ramp. And probably that Voyaging Satyr he had that we saw go into his hand. And he does not decide to throw anything out. So here's the deal. Do we Nivix Cyclops or do we Guttersnipe? Which is more powerful at this moment? With a Pelucranos coming out, he can't Monstrous at the same turn. I think Guttersnipe's a little bit weak at this point with him being able to cast everything out of his hand and gain a lot of life. So he finds, once again, land card, land card. Nylea is going to be impossible for me to deal with. Here comes Mr. Pelucranos. So a land next turn allows me to actually throw out a Guttersnipe and still have the Simic Charm up, which is going to be very deadly. Titanic Strength's not very good. We could actually Guttersnipe, keep up a Titanic Strength, but what I really need to do is just keep up the Simic Charm. Hate missing that land drop. Or I could attack it with an Elemental, and then if he decides to block with a Pelucranos, we can definitely Simic Charm it and Titan Strength it, but then that's a 2-for-1. I don't think I want to go that route. No, the good news is no Nykthos Shining Nyx. The bad news is he's getting major advantage off of that Courser Crucifix. But eventually we'll draw into Mizzium Mortars and another land source, and that will allow us to overload the Mizzium Mortars. Again, essentially wiping his hand, but he's just got tons of lands out. I don't think that this game is quite to the point where we can actually win. It's too far gone with 4 cards in hand. And again, Nylea is just incredibly hard for us. He will have Devotion with Nylea as well. It gives everything trample. It's going to be very hard for me to take down the Devotion. Alright, so Caryatid on top. That's a good sign. He doesn't draw into another land off of it. But pretty sure that's what's going to come out is Nylea. And he has that pesky Regenerate. And he doesn't decide to do anything. At this point, I do think that I just Simic Charm back. His Polukranos and make him cast it again. Give me a few more tokens. And if we get another Simic Charm, we can throw back his Courser, and then his Nylea is offline. Also, next turn if we get Teleportal, yeah, he's still not in any range of me going for a one-turn Teleportal. We'd have to have insane amount of elementals out. And I do have to worry about that Golgari Charm. We've seen Polukranos and Nylea. The 4 are definitely unknowns in his deck. So I will not... I'm hoping for a land on the top and then subsequently a Mizzium Mortars. And we can then wipe his board, except for the Polukranos. Quicken. I think at this point we Guttersnipe. This is going to be a battle where we're going to have to deal some damage. And I do want to hit my land drop here. But I kind of want to save up a Titanic Growth or a Titan Strength. But I need to try to hit the land. So no Golgari Charm in the hand, just one time not have it. And then hopefully us find a Mizzium Mortars in the next few turns with another land. I guess Hidden Strings Teleportal, no, that won't quite do it. But, I mean, we just need to find into the Teleportal. Teleportal and Armed and Dangerous. So maybe I just scry for an Armed and Dangerous, because we're still far off, though, from being able to cast, unless I get a land. No, I think we do keep a land. And it's another Teleportal. Well, that's going to allow us to hit with the Cyclops 2 damage. Even at 21, though, yeah, we could win this quite easily with double Teleportal. Not too worried even about a Golgari Charm at this point. It wipes a lot of elementals away. Citizen Tactics. They can fight stuff. He's going to take out my Pyromancers. Still a card out of his hand. And that could have been a bigger blow if he would have had a lot more mana. Yeah, I really disagree with that play, but he draws a Nykthos Shrine of Nyx, and that's going to be pretty much game at this point. I don't think I can come back from Nykthos Shrine of Nyx being able to tap for a gazillion. Fighting, yeah, that's womp womp. I hope he just spends his mana and doesn't fight. Don't fight the Nivix Cyclops. Don't do it. Don't fight everything. Guess it was just a matter of time before that shrine came down. Monstrosity for 7, so he can actually... Yeah, he can kill basically anything here. Both the Nivix Cyclops and the Guttersnipe. Guess I should have kept up. Wouldn't have done anything if I kept it up. So maybe I should have kept the Simic Charm up for this nonsense, but it was really the Corsair Crucifix that won the game there. It made it so that he did not have to draw into 4 lands that he would have drawn into, and he was able to draw into relevant cards after that. So, yeah, we most likely can't do anything here, even if I draw into another Titan Strength. I mean, the best thing I can actually do here, now he can draw a gazillion mana, is Teleportal on an elemental. Titan Strength it. Put that on top, actually. If there's any way I can come back to this game, it's through that. But they all get Trample and a gazillion mana, so I'm just dead next turn. So I'm just going to concede this. I know what's going to happen. And we'll go on to the next match. This has been Ken with Roguedeckbuilder.com. Thanks for watching.